The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to episode 63 of Dear Download, a podcast about Download Festival, music and the industry, and all other news related to rock and heavy metal. This episode we are going to take a trip back to 2007 and we're going to talk about Download Festival of that year. I am Adam, and as always, I'm here with Simon. How you doing, my man?
Hello, good day to you, sire.
Good day. Yes. New year, new intro. I was meant to say that the last episode, but I fucked it up. And yes, we're changing things a little bit. Although I was expecting a message, at least from Alexander anyway, saying you changed the intro. But I didn't get a single thing from anybody, not even from Simon.
Yeah. Even I didn't say anything, but I did say something to him before we started recording, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I did. Yeah. Even I didn't say anything, but I went, "Oh, that sounds nice."
I completely forgot I changed it until just before recording today, and then I remembered. Oh, yeah, and I have to change it again, don't I? The thing that I've remembered for 2.5 years is different.
You mean the thing you didn't remember for 2.5 years?
I did struggle to remember it sometimes. But yes, 2007 was it was the last year in the Inside the Track. Not that we knew it at the time, but
no, I heard of no. Like, obviously, we probably weren't as into the surrounding things around Download at that point. I was just a fan going, probably wasn't interested in where it was moving or what it was doing. But I hadn't heard any news at the time that it was going to be moving from the infield. Because you think about it, even going back to like Donington, Monsters of Rock 1980, it had always been. Sorry, when we say infield, we mean in the centre of the racetrack, which is where the main arena always was from 1980 all the way to 2007. But yeah, we had no idea it was changing. So technically, this is the last year of the original Donington setup before the horrific changes in 2008.
Yeah.
And then from 2009, it's been what it is today. It's been in that location since. So yeah.
And do you know what?
We'll get there. Yeah.
I actually found a map of 2007 earlier. I've been meaning to post it up on Instagram, but I'll do that. I'll put it in the Discord and I'll put it up on Instagram and Facebook and everything.
Nice.
It's interesting. It just looks so tiny, and the walk is such a small walk from the village to the arena. It was like a 5-minute walk.
That was why we originally chose to camp in Blue Camp, because where the old Blue Camp was the closest to the arena. You could walk to Blue Camp and back in like 5-10, not even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now you're talking like it's like a 45-minute journey to get back to your tent and then to the arena. I know it's a different beast of a festival, but I do miss it being in the infield. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Map. We'll come back to that. But before we carry on and just start talking about everything we've got to talk about this episode, how have you been the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, all right, I suppose.
Yeah, good. Anything new? Anything interesting?
It's all just I don't know. It's all just.
It's January, isn't it?
It hasn't been a good start to the year. This has been the worst start of the year for me in quite some time. But there was just it's just everything's fallen apart. Basically, I don't know what's happened. I'm just not feeling very good about the beginning of this year at the moment. So, yeah, we'll see if that changes. But
oh dear, okay.
2024 has not started as good as 2023 did. So that I hope that doesn't continue.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I'll try my best to help 2024 get better.
Thanks, man.
However I can.
It's just that like I don't know. I've just been like. Everything I've done, I've just been like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, everything just feels like a real struggle at the moment. And I haven't had this in January for a long time, where January has genuinely felt just like an awful struggle that I
Yeah.
just can't wait for it to be over. And I hate wishing my life away, because I'll look back on this January in 40 years and think, oh God, I wish I had that January back. But at the moment, I just can't wait till January is over.
I wish I had that January back.
But that's what you'll think though, won't you? You know, when you're on your deathbed or whatever, you'll always think, oh man, I wish I could go back to one of those days that I thought was rubbish, because it probably actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Bugger me. It was deep. But like I said, we'll work on it. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry for asking.
I don't want to bring everyone down. Sorry, I'm normally the positive one as well.
Yeah. Well, let's
How have
try.
you been?
I've been fine. Yeah, I've been absolutely fine. Work
Good.
sucks. I know. Oh my God.
Fuck's sake, that was terrible, but great at the same time.
It has been very, very cold. I've still been wearing shorts, by the way, though, at work. But yes, it's been cold. It's been horrible. It's been busy. It's not as busy as Christmas, but it's still not really that quiet yet. Not as quiet as I'd like it to be.
Yeah.
Illnesses constantly because of the kids. I'm a bit chesty at the moment. I'm not. I had that cold that was going around that stuck around for like 6 weeks before Christmas, and I got another one in my chest. I didn't feel as bad as I did then, but just chesty. But anyway, yeah. I was about to say, let's take your mind off of it by talking about some news and music related stuff.
Okay.
One thing, I don't know why. Oh, fuck's sake, I'm full of them. Yes. How many? We're going to have a counter. Let's everybody get yourself a drink and drink every time I manage to make a lyric-based pun. It's not really even a pun. But anyway, a lyric reference.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I going to say? Yes, Ozzy. Ozzy has said, it made me obviously think of you, because he said that he wants to do two more shows. And one of them might be at Villa Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it made me think
That'd
of
be
you.
amazing.
Because of Villa Park. Yeah.
I'd love to go. Villa Park's a great venue.
Is
Foo
it?
Fighters are playing there this year.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Well,
yes,
you can get like 45,000 people just in the stands. That doesn't even include the floor. So
okay.
it can be a massive venue if you really want it to be.
Yeah. Interesting. I know. Well, I've been to Twickenham to see Iron Maiden. I just, for some reason, I didn't really think about other pitches being used for gigs.
Yeah, I know.
Before.
Yeah. But yeah, they're perfect, aren't they? For that kind of venue. Unless you go to the purpose-built ones, obviously like Wembley or somewhere else. But yeah, I'd love to see Ozzy at Villa Park. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, obviously he doesn't announce when or whatever. It's gonna be very, very hard to get tickets and very expensive. So I'm going to be applying to try and get some kind of media thing for us. I don't care. We've never done anything like that other than for Download before, but we'll cover it, and our loyal fans will be grateful that we're covering it. So that's what we'll tell them, and they'll go, yes, you can come in for free.
It sounds like we're doing them a disservice, and that's what that's what we do all the time. We just do stuff, and then we end up telling you guys as remorse for what we've done.
No. Not what we tell the fans. What we'll tell the people booking the gig, organising the gig. And we'll say that our fans are going to love this. You need us to be covering this.
We have to be covering this. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll try it.
Okay, I'm up for that.
Excellent.
I've lied on my CV. It's all lies.
Is it?
So,
I've never lied
I'm
on my
up for
CV. I don't think.
I'm up for it. It's all lies, mate.
Awesome. But it wouldn't be lies. That's the thing.
True.
Anyway. Another thing I've been meaning to bring up for a little while, but we haven't really had this intro bit where we just chat for ages, because we just did fucking loads of interviews, even though we don't really do interviews. We've interviewed like about 15 people in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
So it's
It was
nice.
fun.
It
But
was.
it's nice to get back to this, yeah.
Yeah, it was very fun. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, it's been a while since we've actually just been able to sit down and chat about stuff that we want to chat about.
Yeah. Oh, bit of apple juice.
Yes.
I got wine today. I'm drinking a bit of
I
wine.
did notice. Grape juice.
I needed it. I needed it after work
Did
today.
you?
I needed it, man. I've definitely needed it. Need a punching bag, but I don't have one.
I can come and be that punching bag. I want some time off work anyway.
You don't want to be.
I could do going sick, and you need a punching bag. It's like we were meant to be. This is the reason why we came together in the first place 2.5 years ago. For this very moment.
I love that. Yeah, dude, just go crazy on me, man. I need some time off work. Yeah, just fucking... That would be great.
But yes, what I'll be meaning to say was, I don't know if you've had it or anybody listening has had it before, where obviously you know and the listeners know I am a very big Story of the Year fan. But they released an album in 2017, and I just wasn't into it. I wasn't really in the mood for it. So I think I gave it like maybe 1 or 2 listens, and then I'd never bothered again. And now since the new album that came out last year, I've gone back to listen to it, and I was like, well, I'm in the mood for it now. You know, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it. There's nothing wrong with the album. It's just I wasn't in the mood to listen to it. So I've got more new stuff to listen to, and I think it's quite cool. Like I said, I don't know if you've ever had that before.
I've had that loads of times. I go back to albums that, like you said, even of bands that I like, but even albums where people told me to listen to at the time, and I was like, it's not really. Or I listened to it and I went, no. And I go back now and I'm like, oh man, this is so good. What was I thinking? But sometimes you're just not in the right mood for stuff.
Yeah.
It annoys me because I feel like sometimes I missed out on albums because of my ignorance. Even though I consider myself to not be that type of listener, sometimes I am. And then years down the line, I'll kick myself because I'll be like, I could have been into this band the whole time. I could have seen them live, could have done all this stuff, but I just refused. Or, like you said, I just wasn't in the right headspace for that specific band at the time. That's happened loads, man. That's
okay.
tons
I knew you'd said that about like bands that you hadn't bothered with and gone back, but I wasn't sure if like it was if you'd had it with a band that you really liked, just wasn't in the right mood at that time.
I
of
can't
your life.
think of any that come to mind. I could probably, if I sat down and thought, I could probably come up with quite a few where I was like, yeah, I didn't like that first time round, but I ended up really liking it. There's definitely some albums like that, but yeah, it happens, man. It just happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as you know, I'm the one album guy. I've done that a lot. I think I'm starting to come to terms with how much I like Stone Sour, and I think I probably prefer Stone Sour to Slipknot. I only listened to Stone Sour's first album, and then again, there's another thing I've said on the podcast before. I was just like, I liked the album, but I was annoyed that Slipknot and Stone Sour were like sort of crossing over. There was some very Stone Sour sounding songs on Slipknot, so I just sort of went, no, Stone Sour, go away, leave my Slipknot alone, sort of thing. But I think I prefer a lot of Stone Sour stuff to definitely a lot of the newer Slipknot stuff. So I'm definitely going to go back and listen to more of their albums. Okay,
yeah, do it. Yeah, I liked the. If I'm being perfectly honest, apart from was it called Number 3? No. What was it called? I can't remember. The one they released in like 2016-17 that had Number 3 on it, and the first 2.
Volume 3 Subliminal Verses.
No. I'm talking about Stone Sour. Sorry.
Okay.
So the first 2 I really liked, and then that one that had Number 3 on it that they released in like 2016-17. I haven't listened to any other Stone Sour album at all.
Really?
And everyone was saying that House of Bones and Gold, they were really great albums. And there's quite a few, but I've completely, almost entirely missed out on Stone Sour, apart from the first 2 albums that I listened to quite a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the second one. I completely missed out on Stone Sour. And I haven't gone back to listen to any of it, which I probably should.
Yeah, me too. We'll both do the same. Well, maybe we should do that in a listen along. We've spoken about that recently. We might do something like that in the future.
Yeah, maybe that would be good, actually. Go through the discography of Stone Sour. We'll just sit there for the evening and just listen to Stone Sour and just talk about it, because I think that would be good. I'd be well up for that. Couple of beers, some Stone Sour.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd be up for some beers and doing that.
That's on point. Stone Sour played this festival that we're talking about today.
Yeah, I think
Well
that
done,
could
mate.
be why it was in the back of my mind as well. And I played a song to Soren the other day. He hated it.
What was it?
Through Glass.
Yeah.
And he was like, I hated that. And I thought, I thought you'd really like it. Because a cool video as well with the
Video is
cutouts.
really good for that. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Maybe you
Yeah.
should have played him something a bit more 30, 31,
Maybe.
50.
Yeah.
Got a bit more rhythm for the kids to
Yeah.
jive
Yeah,
to,
good.
you know?
He's been having, so he normally has songs when he's going to bed. He has for a long time, and I have spoken about it a long time ago. But he's been having a few different ones recently. Kelly's played him Linkin Park in the end. He really likes that.
Nice.
And she's played him a few different things. But he wanted me to do it one night, and I was tired, so I played him Napalm Death, You Suffer, because I wanted to get back downstairs. I think we were watching The Boys or something, and he didn't really like it. I mean, I played it for him like 7 times, and he still didn't like it.
Guys, if anyone's listening to this, call the police. Because this is child torture you got going on here.
Well, but it's like a 3-second song, so it was fine.
I know. It's hilarious, but I don't think that forcing your kids to listen to Napalm Death before bed is something that most parents in the world are doing.
No, he was just like, I hated that. Dad, I hated that. It's funny. I think I did a play with a proper song after that, but I was like, right, this is all we're getting tonight. Shut up. Good night.
That is great. Oh, I love it.
But anyway, what else? All right, there was another thing I wanted to talk to you about and the listeners about. I'm sorry, I'm laughing a little bit before I even say this one. So over Christmas, I have 3 nephews, and they're all quite good at sports. They're all secondary school age. Yeah, I think they've played for Somerset and cricket and everything. But with sports these days, each individual player gets a sponsor, and they have to try and find a sponsor themselves. And I was telling them I was going to sponsor them for the podcast, and make sure and have something like "You suck at cricket" written on their on their tops.
Oh my
I was like, I'll sponsor you. I'll give you as much money as you want, but I can put whatever I want on your t-shirt. but that led me to think, what would be the funniest thing for us to sponsor?
Oh my God.
I bet there'd be some ridiculous things that we could sponsor. None of them are coming to me now. Did have a few.
Do you know what would be nice?
What's that?
Have a sponsor.
To have it, yes. We would be.
That
Sponsor
would be
ourselves.
We're already doing that.
Yeah.
We're already sponsoring ourselves.
But yeah, when I thought of this, I thought it was a bit of homework for the listeners. Come to the Discord if you're not already in it, and tell us what you think the funniest sponsor would be. Like sponsoring the stage at Bloodstock or something.
Yeah. Dear Download presents.
Dear Download New Blood stage.
I think people at Bloodstock would have our heads.
Yeah.
They'd be in their Skyrim outfits chasing us. Fucking nerds. Festival of fucking nerds, mate.
Skyrim outfit.
Festival of fucking milk drinkers, mate. Dickheads.
But yes, that was it for me for random stuff at the beginning. I almost forgot about that one. So we should talk about 2007. So for any of you that didn't go, the headliners were My Chemical Romance on the Friday, Linkin Park on the Saturday, and Iron Maiden on the Sunday. But there's loads of massive names on this one. Korn, Motley Crue, and Billy Talent all headlined the second stage. There was only 3 stages at this point. The headliners of the third stage was Suicidal Tendencies, Head Automatica, and Real Big Fish. But yeah, huge names all over this one. So we'll talk about as much as we can on this one. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to say the first thing that comes to your head. All right, it'll make sense, but I can't prompt you on it because you'll work it out. Okay, so without doing the maths, how many years ago was 2007? First thing that comes to your mind.
23.
No. Oh, okay.
I don't know why I thought so. That was the first thing that came into my head. It's obviously not
okay.
that long ago.
Well, yeah. So I was on a website and looking at some of the stuff, and it had how long ago it was, and it said it was 16 years ago, and I thought it wasn't fucking 16 years ago, was it? Obviously it was, because it's a website and it's got the correct maths. But I wondered if I couldn't prompt you, because if I said, don't do the maths, the first thing you would think of was, oh, how many years ago was it? Let's work it out.
Yeah. Oh, no, you said to me, don't do the math, so I just said the first...
Yeah, exactly.
I just said the first thing that came to my head.
Okay.
Feels like it was 23 years ago.
You were 2 when you went.
Yeah, how was I 2? Because I'm only 25 now. FYI.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to say, like, 10 years ago or something, but no, it was 16 years ago.
Way more than that. Long time, long time. I actually did. I found some really cool 2007 pictures from when we went, me and my friends.
Nice.
So I will stick those up on the Discord and send them over to Adam so we can put them on Facebook or whatever. But yeah.
Cool. We also have a little thing, unfortunately for Vicky. Oh, fucking hell, I'm on it tonight. What's wrong with me? You have a little thing. I can't go past that now. A little recap of 2007 to take us back to the year and remind us what was going on. I do.
I have some films and some albums that were hitting the charts in 2007. Just take everyone back. So, what do you think was the highest grossing film of 2007? Can you cast your mind back to what movies were at? It was a bloody good year for films.
Trying to think. For that sort of era, I have to try and work out what year of college I was in.
Oh, okay.
And what I was doing at the time. So something like, it was my first year of that music. What am I doing? Highest grossing film.
Film.
I don't know. Too Fast, Too Furious?
No. That was way before. Don't worry. So the highest grossing movie of 2007. I'll give you all 10, right, just quickly. The top 5, this is crazy. This is just how many people used to go to the cinema in 2007. The top 5 all made over $300 million.
Wow.
Spider-Man 3 was the highest grossing movie that year. Made $336 million. It's insane. And all of these did as well. So Shrek the Third, Transformers the first one, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix all made 300 million plus. And the other ones were The Bourne Ultimatum, 300, Ratatouille, I Am Legend, and The Simpsons movie. That's really not a bad top 10.
No.
That's a cracking top 10.
Yeah.
I would have gone to see at the cinema. I mean, I think I saw 4 of those at the cinema, but I would have seen at least 8 of those in the cinema.
Yeah.
With hindsight on, like they were really good. But the charts tell a completely different story, right? So I haven't gone with like rock or metal or anything. This is the top selling albums of 2007. Rihanna with Good Girl Gone Bad was number 1. Linkin Park, Minutes to Midnight was number 2, which is actually quite a good one. Yeah, Josh Groban, number 3. Number 4, Leona Lewis. Number 5, Mika. Remember him?
Yeah. A really high pitched voice.
I don't remember what songs he done. Yes, really high pitched voice.
Yeah. No, that's what's her name? Thingy.
That's not it. What was that? That was like Cher or some
working
shit.
9 to 5. That's what that one was.
Oh, Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So Mika, Kanye West with Graduation.
Was there somebody I used to know?
No, that's got
that?
you.
Okay.
That's got you.
Sorry.
That's right. Alicia Keys, As I Am. Garth Brooks, The Ultimate Hits. Eagles, Long Road of Eden. And Michael Bublé, Call Me Irresistible. Those were the top albums of 2007. So there was one rock one in there at least.
Yeah.
Linkin Park was number 2. I know that was Minutes to Midnight sold a shed load of records, which is good. It's a great album.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourites.
And they obviously played this year.
And, they played the festival that we are talking about as well.
Yeah. Mika, I know the Mika song because my girlfriend at the time had it on her phone, possibly a ringtone. Interesting. That is, with the fact that Linkin Park were in there, I was not, I mean, it's easy to forget just how big they were at the time.
Oh, yeah. Massive. Absolutely, huge. I mean, Linkin Park albums have always sold well.
Yeah.
From the very first one. Like, they've always been in the charts somewhere. But to be number 2, pretty fucking impressive, that is.
Yeah. And the fact that we managed to get them at Download even once is incredible. With them being that big, you know, people like Foo Fighters are probably in the same, not quite in the same league, but up there with the non-rock and metal fans as well.
Yeah.
And we haven't managed to get them. They'd always go to like Reading and Leeds or whatever, or Glastonbury.
That's true, actually, because Linkin Park have played Reading and Leeds as well. So it's kind of weird how we managed to get them to Download as well, because you do consider Foo Fighters to be an alternative band. They're a rock band.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that they haven't played Download. When you look at the list of bands that have played, and you look at some of the really weird bookings, like Feeder and, you know, bands like that they do fit in, but you would have Foo Fighters headline over Feeder at Download. So yeah, very strange actually.
Yeah, Red Hot also go for Red Hot Chili Peppers in that.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, I mean, I can
more
see them
of a
being
rock band.
They're like a funky rock band, basically. Again, I'm just surprised that some of the bands Download hasn't booked, but this is a conversation for a different time.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah,
this is the whole episode.
Yeah, so 2007, like we said, was the first time, not the first time, the last time it was inside the track.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest right from the bat though. Here, I don't actually remember that much about 2007.
Is that just because it was so long ago, or because you were so mashed, or because
probably a bit
it's
of both.
just a blurry memory?
Yeah, well, put it this way. I've said this on the podcast before as well. Probably one of my favourite memories is from 2007. And I was watching Dream Theater on the second stage, just before Iron Maiden. I was sat at the back drinking absinthe, and I went to watch Iron Maiden absolutely smashed, and I crowd surfed like 3 times. I don't really remember a lot of Iron Maiden's set, but I do remember it was amazing because it was the Matter of Life and Death tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really remember a lot, to be honest. I think it might have been the first of the years where I started just staying in a camp a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say, right, if we're just talking about, like, if you're listening to this, if you just get the download, the download lineup on your phone, I had a hiccup. We just had a weird break there where I had a hiccup fit. So I'll get back to what I was saying. What I was saying was, this is the sort of festival lineup now that people come up with. That a fan would sit down and go, oh, I'm going to put all of my favourite bands on one list. Like, I think I was saying this to Vicky the other day, because when I was looking at this and talking to Vicky about Down in 2007, I feel like the first 5 or 6 download lineups were so insane that we took them for granted. Yeah. I would give anything for a lineup like this now. This would be like an all-time, this is incredible lineup now. But back then, this is what festival lineups were like.
Yeah.
We were just taking them for granted. We were going, I don't want to really feel like going to see them today. Or, I really want to go over there and do that. But you look back and you think, wow, what was everyone thinking at this time? It did look good. It's great. It does look good. On the surface, it looks amazing. I remember at the time looking at this poster and going, I don't think it looks that good.
Really?
Seriously.
It probably could, because I think the more bands they added over the years, and they obviously added a third stage. I think it was 2006 they added that. I could be wrong. But obviously they have to get more bands, so they are going to end up getting more smaller bands on each of the stages. Yeah,
it was nice. It was good. I liked the 3-stage setup. I thought that was cool. I know now we have 4, but it was nice for the 3 stages. I feel like it gave a new dimension to the festival, adding that extra stage.
Yeah,
it's cool, and it's Tuborg, which is a very old school download thing.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
No one knows what fucking Tuborg is anymore.
No. Well, I think the same with Summersby Cider as well. You very rarely see Summersby Cider.
Oh yes.
Other than
I do like Summersby.
The download or festivals in general.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Awesome. Well, do you what are some of your favourite memories of 2007 then?
What, personal memories or memories of bands?
Yeah, personal memories.
Well, I remember that it was like we were so lucky. All of the first the weather at Download didn't get bad until 2010 when it was overcast the whole time.
Yeah, I think it rained a bit in 2008.
Yeah, I think it did actually. But for the most part, like the ones that I went to, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 were all amazing weather.
Yeah.
And I remember this year it being a little bit cloudy at times, but you'll see from the pictures when I put them up, I had a sunburnt nose. It was like hot. Some of the days it was really hot, but even when it was cloudy in 2007, you were still getting like kissed by the sun through the clouds. So I do remember that bit of it. Other personal memories I have, I just remember being absolutely mashed. Unfortunately, a friend of mine that I don't really talk to anymore has loads of footage of us at Download 2007, 8, and 9.
Really?
But I don't have access to any of it anymore because we don't speak. But there is a really legendary video of me at Download 2007. Me and him were up partying. This might have been Thursday morning. I can't remember. Yeah, it was. So it was Wednesday night into Thursday morning. We literally partied from when we got there until 6 o'clock in the morning. It was 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been partying the whole night. Absolutely mashed. And he filmed me going to everyone's tents that we knew. And bear in mind, at this point, we probably had about, 25 of us there together, at least. Maybe more than that. Quite a big group of people. We always had a big group to go to Download. I went into every single person's tent at like 6 o'clock in the morning and tried to wake everyone up.
That's how drunk they weren't very happy with you.
No one was happy with me. And then I started going into all of I was calling everyone sluts. I was, wake up, you slut. Wake up, you bitch. I was just calling everyone sluts and bitches. And I was trying to wake them all up. And then it's not apparently, you see it on the video, I literally just get into I'm so drunk, I'm falling over, I go there. I literally just get into my tent and go, night, close the zip, and just went to sleep. Like, literally, no context, no nothing. Just went to bed. I do remember, but I remember this was the first Download where I started to appreciate it. Okay. I remember that it was the first time I sort of took a step back and thought, I'm here with all my friends, I'm mashed, this is amazing. Yeah. So I do have really very vivid memories of being at my friend Laura's tent. I can't remember which campsite it was. We were in blue, but she was camping somewhere else. No, we weren't in blue. We were in brown camp. Okay. And that would lead me on to something else that a friend of mine said to me today to remind me to say, and I'm sure other people will verify this. But anyway, yeah, I have really vivid memories of Down in 2007. I don't know why. Some of them I don't have as vivid memories, but I can literally close my eyes now and picture exactly where I was standing, exactly what the lighting was like, exactly who was standing around me, and exactly how I was feeling at that very moment in time. Yeah. It's like you get snapshots of your life all the way through. And for some reason, those very moments at Down in 2007 are like snapshotted onto my visual cortex for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why. But another thing my friend Eugene reminded me of, he said to me, do you remember how fucking shit the security were? And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you reminded me of that, because now it's all come flowing out. The security were fucking horrible in 2007. Okay. I think the year after, or maybe the same year, we were speaking to some of the Download staff, and they were saying that the company that they normally use couldn't do it, or they were short-staffed or something, so they'd got in a company that they wouldn't normally use for Download Festival, and people were getting loads of abuse from the security. People were getting chucked out. They were like restraining drunk people, and all sorts of stuff was happening. So I do remember, and some of my friends complaining about it as well, that the security were really, really bad. Yeah. They were like chatting up all the girls, like touching them up, trying to, kick all the guys. They were just basically just being complete arseholes, basically. But I do remember the security being very, very bad in 2007, because we had to go through a security checkpoint to get to our campsite in Brown, because we got there late. We couldn't camp in Blue, so you had to walk all the way down, and then you had like a guy standing with a little gap that you had to go through, where there was like 2 trees. And that guy, we had some interesting conversations, I think. So I don't know if any of that brings back any memories of something happening to you.
Not to me. No, do you know what? I was just going to say, I will try and send the picture of the
Oh, if you could, because then
Yeah,
I'll remember where
send
we
it to
are.
you,
It was
'cause
brown or orange. It was one of those. If I see the map, I'll know exactly which one it was. I can't remember off my... Weirdly, it was the only year, apart from there was only 2 years that we never stayed in blue, and that was 2007 and 2010. They were the only 2 times we couldn't get in blue camp. I stayed in blue camp every other time.
Yeah. I was trying to look at this and try and remember where we were. I think, which way up is it?
Yeah, it was orange. It was orange.
Okay. We never...
So you see C... Does it say G or Q or C or O?
O for orange, G for green,
So,
B for blue.
Yeah, O3.
Yeah.
That was where we were. And you see those little trees and that little path.
Yeah.
We had to walk down that path through blue and just past green and then into orange. And that was where the security checkpoint was. And they were being dicks.
Okay. Yeah, I think this year we were either... I think we might have been in yellow. I think we might have been... So if we couldn't get close to the village where blue is on this map, we would go down the other end, usually. And you got yellow here. And it used to be black along there. Possibly where quiet camping is. This might have been the first year of quiet camping. Or gold. No, yellow or gold, I think. Yeah, because right at the tip of gold on the left-hand side is where it's really steep. It's like a 45-degree angle.
Oh, yeah, gold.
But before that, I think it's not as steep.
Yeah, gold is... Because you had to walk past that bit to get to the 2008 lot. Do you remember? You had to walk all that way past the old racetrack and then
it was like
through... It was down past that, wasn't it?
Dust track, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, very interesting. Like I said, I will put this up on the... well, it will be up in the Discord or on our social medias by now, so you can go and have a look at it if you want to. One thing I want to point out, there's a football pitch in the village.
Yes.
I forgot. Well, I didn't forget about that. I think we should try and get them to bring the football pitch back, and we'll get a team together from our Discord, and we'll go up against the other Download Festival team Discords.
Nice.
You know, we get TPD TV involved. They can get a team together, and we'll just have a tournament.
Nice. I am well up for that.
Tournament.
I would love to. Yeah, I never got to play football at Download, but I would love to have a game of footy at Download. I would absolutely love it.
Yeah. So I think I've said before, a friend of mine actually played for the Boardies team. He was all over the message boards on the forums right at the beginning, sort of 03, 04, 05. And he played for their team, which was quite cool. But so 2007 was the first time there was ever a band playing on the Thursday. It was a Boardie barbecue, and it was the first ever takeover. I assume it might not have been called a takeover at the time, but I think it was basically the same thing. But yes, I have it written down here somewhere. So the first band to ever play on the Thursday was a band called Scumface.
Good name.
Yeah, and I found out who's actually part of the forums. So one of the people from Scumface was part of the forums, and he was in the team that actually went to meet Download Festival organisers.
Oh, wow.
So he managed to talk his way into his own band playing, basically.
Classic.
Yeah. But yeah, I think... I know I said earlier that this was one of the first, I think possibly one of the first times that I started staying in the campsite a lot. I do remember walking around a lot. I think this might have been like a half and half year. Maybe it was... No, I don't know. Ignore that. But yeah, I think also I've said before with the girl that I was with there at the time, it was the first time I'd been with her. And so I remember constantly, as we were walking round, I was pointing things out, because this would have been my 5th year by now. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. So,
you've been a veteran at this point.
Yeah. Also been there at 2002 as well. And I could hear it as I was saying it, and I was walk past something and go, oh, in 2004 we did that over there, and we were camped over there in 2005, and it was all weekend. But I was aware of it as well, but I also couldn't stop doing it. And I think I must have apologized to her a few times about it and said, like, I know I'm just basically telling you stories of what we've done here before. And I think she was cool with it. But yeah, that's something that will stick in my memory forever and sort of make me cringe a little bit every time I think about it. It's like,
you just being a massive nerd.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Massive download nerd. You've been a download nerd longer than anyone else. You're the original download nerd.
The original download nerd, yeah. What else was interesting about this year, though? I don't know. I have been reading my book, which I don't really know what they're called. It's but I was going to say there's lots of testimonials, but it's not. It's just lots of people were interviewed. And I don't know if I don't think it was the guy who actually wrote the book. Did the interviews. I think he just took all these sort of interviews from other places, maybe interviews that were on TV, and wrote them all down in a book.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I do have a few things I wanted to touch on as we were going, but So one thing I was reading actually about from this year as well was from. Oh, why didn't I fucking mark the page?
You didn't mark the page. Should I just say while you're doing that? Do you know? There's one thing right on this poster, and I think it's a really cool looking poster. The sick green kind of works weirdly with the red, which it really shouldn't, but it does somehow. But there's one thing that dates this poster more than anything else, and it has nothing to do with the bands.
I'm going to have a look, see if I can guess what you're talking about. Dates the poster. Nope, go on, tell me.
Well, it's the fact that the telephone number is bigger than the website address.
Yeah.
You don't call places for tickets anymore. You do them all online. But somehow in 2007, some people were still struggling with that.
Yeah.
And you couldn't exactly go and buy a ticket on your phone because your phone had the internet, but you definitely couldn't go and buy tickets on it. So I just like the way it's got call 0870 400 8082 24 hours plus all the usual agents. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Just that dates it more than anything. Just having a giant phone number on there where I don't even think they would put a phone number on a download lineup these days.
Yeah, they probably haven't for a long time.
So I just think that's really weird. That really dates it back to 16 years ago.
Yeah, I found it. I did actually mark the page. It just didn't show enough to actually be able to find it while flicking through quickly. I found a little thing from a man named Stuart Galbraith. And next to him it says ex-Donington organizer. Maybe he was part of Monsters of Rock. So he says here, Download as a brand is now rolling out with 4 download festivals in America, though they are more indie in America. The ambition is to make Download a global brand and to roll out into 2 more territories next year and then do it progressively. And I thought that was interesting because it hasn't really done that. It kind of failed at doing that. Obviously, we know they did try. They've done Download France. They have done Australia. Japan, yeah. But you would think it would be a lot bigger if they'd been progressively building and building for the last 16 years.
True, yeah, since 2007. I know that the France one is received really well. I don't know about the Australia one or the Japanese one. I think the Japanese one is an indoor festival, actually, rather than an outdoor. So maybe they were trying to kick it off slowly over there. But I know for a fact that the France one is definitely enjoyed and liked by people. So, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. That comment, you would have thought, this is going to be a global brand, like you said, kind of like Monsters of Rock was, because Monsters of Rock wasn't only at Donington. They had Monsters of Rock all over the world. They had Monsters of Rock in South America. They had Monsters of Rock in Europe. They had, it was almost like a touring company rather than just a thing that they had at Donington. So
I didn't know that. I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, it's been happening the whole time, all throughout the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah,
even up to Monsters of. They still. I think they still use the Monsters of Rock name in Brazil. Pretty sure when they have big festivals and stuff. Yeah,
I did not know that. Well, if you are wanting to learn more about Monsters of Rock, Simon will be doing a YouTube video, 2-part special on it.
I will.
Yes,
you're giving people spoilers. Yes, I am working on a video right now, 2-parter, the history of Monsters of Rock. So yeah, that'll be coming out at some point. I'm just editing those videos now.
Awesome. Did you go to see My Chemical Romance?
I did not, because by the time Korn had finished, My Chemical Romance had pretty much finished by that point.
Okay. Yes, I didn't go to see Korn. I know you'll probably be quite surprised.
Well, I just want to say, actually, speaking about My Chem, because I was speaking to my friend Eugene about this. So, like, My Chemical Romance was a massively controversial headliner at the time.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, Black Parade had only been out barely a year by this point. Yeah, it was massively controversial to have them headline, which is crazy if you think about it now, because My Chemical Romance headline and download would be a no-brainer because it would attract so many people and be so great.
It would.
But in 2007, emo was still a dirty word. Well, it was becoming a dirty word anyway. So people were kind of like, kind of like, oh, what the do you know what it is equivalent to, right? If you're listening to this and you've only been to recent downloads, it's the equivalent of when Biffy Clyro get a headline slot of download now. That's what it was like for My Chemical Romance then. People would be like, what? My Chemical Romance at Download Festival? Download's a metal festival. Even though they were contradicting themselves because they would go and watch Linkin Park the next night, who are definitely not a metal band. But they'd be like, what? My Chemical Romance playing Download? Like the fans you would get now, but they're like, oh, Biffy Clyro, they're not a metal band. So it was pretty much the same thing has been happening for Download since it started. So it's the same moaning about the same things, just different bands. But yeah, definitely controversial. But I've watched the videos back of them playing over and over again, and they sounded bloody fantastic.
Did they?
Kind of gutted I didn't watch them, if I'm honest. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Well,
I've got more love for them now, though, than I did back then. I never disliked them. I liked quite a few of their songs, but I was never a fan of My Chemical Romance, where if My Chemical Romance played now, I'd watch all their set and absolutely enjoy watching them.
Yeah.
But back then, I was never a hater. I just, I would choose Korn over My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
So that's just what it was.
Yeah. I think I was never a hater either until... Well, no, I wasn't a hater. I was going to say until a certain point.
Until they really pissed me off. And then I fucking hated them. I thought you were going to say something like that. I was like, where the fuck is this going?
No, it was going the opposite way. So, yeah, I was the same as you. I was never a hater. They were okay. They weren't my cup of tea. I had to play one of their songs in college. I did music in college. We all got into like little bands, and we would all choose what songs to do and everything. Someone picked My Chemical Romance. Like I said, I didn't hate them, so I wasn't opposed to it. I couldn't play it with my fingers, though. I think they were that was the first song I ever played with a pick. And
wow.
and I hated myself. Oh, it was Helena, by the way.
That's just a great song.
Yeah. And from playing it, it made me really like that song. So I was more happy to listen to them. Before, like I said, I didn't hate them before, but I didn't care if they were on or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it wasn't.
Cool.
I didn't hate them until I hated them more. I didn't hate them until I actually was okay with them. I don't know where I was going with that.
Can I just say one thing I've just noticed about the poster, because I've been looking at it a bit more. The My Chemical Romance, all the band logos, right? So the only logo bands in the old posters were the headliners.
Oh, yeah.
The My Chemical Romance one looks like a purposely made one. Like that's a sign that they use, and it's red. The Iron Maiden one, that's the standard Iron Maiden one, which is red. The Linkin Park one, Linkin Park have never had a red sign. Someone's just coloured that in on paint.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It was like, no, guys, you can't use the black version or the white version. We're going to make it red. And they were like, okay. And someone went, oh, click, it's red now. That's the sign we're going to use. Sorry, it just looks really bad compared to the other two.
Yeah.
Like the quality, it's just like they've just painted it red. They haven't made any special sign. Or the My Chemical Romance one looks sick, and the Maiden one looks sick, but the Linkin Park's one's just a red version of it says Linkin Park.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not got an outline. The other two have like little outlines around them.
Yeah, because the person that clicked the thing on paint forgot to put the outline back, and they just went, do you know what? That's good enough. I don't care. We're just going to leave it. Oh, my God.
But yes, talking about My Chemical Romance, I think so. So the girl, I keep bringing her up, but I don't. It's not. It feels weird to keep bringing her up, but my memories are because of my ex-girlfriend who was there with me this year. So that's how I'm explaining it, and I don't know why, and it's weird. But yeah, so I was just sat at camp we were just sat at the camp on the Friday afternoon. We were going to stay there. I wasn't bothered about seeing Korn. I don't know why. We were just too drunk. I don't think it was it might not be the conscious decision. It was just like, you know what? I don't want to go anywhere. I'm too drunk. But anyway, you could obviously hear the main stage even clearer than you can now because of how close it was.
Yeah.
And
way clearer.
I think it got to like halfway through My Chemical Romance's set, and the girl I was with was like, you know what? I really want to go and see them now. I'm pretty sure. I think we only saw a couple of their songs. I think they must have played Helena. It was like the first song they played when we got there, possibly. And then they played another massive hits after that. And she was just like, oh, that was the main two I wanted to see. So we can leave again now. Or that was the last two songs they played. I don't really remember. But yeah, so I can't, long way around of saying I can't really say much about My Chemical Romance. But apparently the tent was absolutely heaving for Korn, and they had to stop a couple of times because the tent was breaking or something, or they were worried about it breaking. It was the most people I've ever seen crammed, and you got to think about it, the second stage back then was big stage as well. Massive.
It was indoors in the tent, but it was a friggin' big tent, not like a small tent by any stretch of the means. I mean, like I said, I've said this to you about that gig before. We thought it was raining indoors, but it was just condensation and sweat dripping off of the inside of the tent. When you see pictures that people took, it's the most people I've ever seen outside of a festival tent trying to get in. The performance was one of the best times I've ever seen. Like, Korn are brilliant every time I've seen them. They're just such a great live band. But this was something really special. And Joey Jordison on drums as well, which makes it even better. Yeah, it was mental, honestly. As soon as I think they started with, actually, what did they start with? I just remember the screen being static. They had like a screen behind them, and it was like static, and they had like white drapes coming down. And from the first note, it was carnage. Utter disgusting carnage. I remember my brother coming out, taking off his vest, going like that, and literally like he had been running it under a tap. Yeah. Just water straight away. And you know, like when the t-shirt stuck to you and you can't get it off. Yeah. I couldn't get my t-shirt off for about 20 seconds after I got out. Because I was like, I got to take this off. I got to take this off. And it was just completely, it had become part of me, pretty much. But yeah, it was a really special Korn gig. And I don't know this for a fact, but my theory is because Korn done the Korn karaoke the year before, they sort of done this to make it up to the fans. But it was almost like Korn looked like they had a point to prove because they were like on it. Yeah. Like on it. Yeah. Like, holy shit. It was pretty much like, I could imagine it was seeing Korn in 1994 and 95 when they were just like, fuck everything, let's just fucking slam some shit and just everyone's going to go insane. It was like that. Yeah. So, well, yeah, you're absolutely right. It was because Jonathan Davis had to miss it in 2006. One thing I didn't know was they actually requested to play in the tent. They didn't want to be on the main stage. I think they were kind of rebelling against the fact that My Chemical Romance had been booked as well. They weren't very happy about it. Oh, okay. That doesn't really sound like Korn, but I will. They seem like the kind of band that would play with anyone. Yeah. So yeah, we did. I did put our thing. I did put a thing out on our social medias asking for people to tell us their stories, and one of them was about Korn from Anthony John Hockaday, and he says 2007 was fucking scary in the tent for Korn. Literally lifted my feet off the floor and stayed up. Packed is an understatement. Had to crowd surf to get out. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. So who else did you see on the Friday? On the Friday, do you want me to be perfectly honest? I don't remember seeing anyone but Korn, but I know for a fact I saw Buckcherry. Okay. And I watched El Nino. Yeah. I watched El Nino. I watched a bit of Porcupine Tree. Oh, I missed that, man. I'd absolutely give my left arm to see Porcupine Tree now. Korn, and I saw Buckcherry. Yeah, I've as I said before, never been a Megadeth fan, never been a Dragon Force fan. Can't stand Wolf Mother. Never really got into Velvet Revolver properly. So yeah, literally would have been Il Nino, Porcupine Tree, Korn, Buckcherry. They would have been the bands that I saw on the Friday.
Yeah. For me, I'm assuming I watched Velvet Revolver with Jacobs, but I don't remember doing it. If I did, I'm sure I've seen them. I'm sure I have seen them. Whether it was at this point or not, I don't know. Jacobs will have to let me know. And the 2 My Chemical Romance songs, I don't think there was anybody else on here that I was really a big fan of. Paramore, obviously on here. They were quite small at the time. It's easy to forget that they've even played. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, definitely. That is crazy that we're talking about Paramore being headliners of the festival now. We're here. I mean, they're lower down than Enter Shikari. So
yeah.
that's I mean, not nothing against Enter Shikari, one of my favourite bands, but they are way bigger than Enter Shikari are now. So that's actually just mad to see how far down they were. And this was really early days for Enter Shikari as well. So
yeah,
to see Enter Shikari, actually, it's kind of crazy to see Enter Shikari above Porcupine Tree and From Autumn to Ashes. Because I would have thought in 2007 that would definitely be the other way round. But Enter Shikari's first album had blown up, big time. So that's probably why they were on so high.
Yeah,
I was never that much of a fan of the first album of Enter Shikari.
You know,
even to this day, it's one of my least favourites. So it's not one of my go-tos at all. There are, probably 5 or 6 Enter Shikari albums I would go to way before I get to the first one. So at the time, I liked a few songs. Like Mothership was great. Obviously, Sorry Not a Winner was great. But yeah, I wasn't into them. So I didn't go and see them, which is crazy. I heard though that gig was mental. So I think that Enter Shikari into Korn would have been mind-bogglingly insane.
Yeah. What do you think you were doing before Korn then? Because you must have got there early enough to get inside the tent, or were you? You were inside the tent, weren't you?
I think we literally got there as Enter Shikari finished, and we sort of you used the flow of the Enter Shikari fans to sort of get in there. But yeah, definitely don't remember watching Enter Shikari, even though we might have caught the last few songs maybe. But yeah, don't remember. That's a hazy memory, that one. I got a good memory, man. I can remember quite a lot of this festival, but that bit I don't remember.
Okay, that's fair.
I remember coming out of Korn because of all the T-shirts and stuff. But I don't remember I don't remember getting into Korn.
Well, I tell you what, you remember a hell of a lot more than me anyway. So yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Good.
I would not be able to talk about this on my own. Let's have a look at Saturday then. Should we go up the list or down the list?
Go up. Let's build up.
Okay.
If there's anything that takes your fancy that you want to talk about, you talk to me. Third stage, Tuborg.
Yeah.
I tell you who I did really like at this time, who I didn't see for some reason. I really liked Panic Cell at this point.
Yeah.
But I didn't see them for some reason.
See, me and you, it's weird like that. We do seem to like a lot of the same bands sometimes. Like Panic Cell were never huge, were they? They just had that one big song, really, as far as I was aware.
They had loads of bangers, though.
Oh, did they?
And they were quite big on the circuit, like on the touring circuit.
Yeah.
Panic Cell were well known as being a really decent sort of support band for bigger bands. They'd kind of worked their way around the circuit by this point.
Yeah, because you see them on posters everywhere.
All
the old posters everywhere.
I remember seeing them in like 2005. Like I think it was the first time I saw them.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever saw them. There was one time at Sonisphere that I really wanted to try and go and see them, but I didn't get around to it. I don't know what I was doing at the time.
There we go. I think the craziest thing to speak about on this stage is in the middle of the shuffle on the Tuborg stage is Architects.
Yeah.
And they're headlining Bloodstock this year, which is a big metal festival.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to see them all the way down there in the tiny little shuffle of the Tuborg stage, which is pretty cool.
It sounded like they were very young at the time from what they said in the book.
Yeah. They must have been. They all were. I mean, if you go to the next stage, you look at Bring Me. I mean, these guys were all, they would have been what? Early 20s?
Yeah.
like early 20s, young, dumb and full of cum, as they say. So,
but yeah, in the book I was talking about, I don't want to read too many of them. I don't want to read along. But yeah, one of the architects ones was basically one of the guys saying, "Oh yeah, you could see where Tommy Lee's place was, and he was having a party in there. So I tried to get in, and the bouncer said no, and he was like, I didn't want to go in anyway, sort of thing." And that kind of young, I bet it was crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I got from them. But yeah, like you said, so many huge bands really far down on this bill. Huge bands now. It's crazy to think. Biffy Clyro on the next one as well.
Yeah, you got Biffy Clyro and Bring Me the Horizon. Really quite. Well, no, Biffy Clyro are quite high up, but their album blew up at this point. The 2007 one, Puzzle. But yeah, it is crazy to see Bring Me so far down again. But I think the year before this, they played on the small stage. So they'd actually gone up a stage at this point. So that was probably quite a big jump for them at the time, which would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Gallows, who were really big at the time. Everyone I know loved Gallows. I love Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. I think they're amazing. I love Frank Carter's voice. I never got into Gallows.
I didn't.
And I like punk-esque stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could never get into Gallows. All my friends were mad about Gallows. I could never get into them.
Yeah. No, I couldn't. I want to keep going back to the book. So I read so much, but I don't want to just keep going on about it without actually reading it all properly. But I don't want to keep reading it all properly because it would be boring. But yeah, the Frank Turner's thing in it is actually really cool and really, really nice.
You mean
and
Frank
heartwarming.
Carter, not Frank Turner? That's two different people.
I said Carter.
You said
Did
Turner.
I say Carter? Oh, okay. I was meant to say Carter.
Yeah.
I'll find out in the edit. I probably did say Turner, but yeah, Frank Carter. Anyway, his thing he said was actually really cool and really nice and really heartwarming. Yeah, so like we said, the bottom two stages, Architects, huge. Head Automatica headlined that day. I think again, Jacobs, I'm assuming I would have come with you to see them because he loved them at the time. I did really like Bleeding Heart Baby, but that's all I knew of theirs. But I'm assuming I went with him to watch them. I don't know.
I just want to find out. Go on. Sorry. I want to find out who Satellite Party are because I have no idea who they are.
Okay. Yeah, where are they? I can't even see them.
Okay. Sorry, because I was like, it says Biffy Clyro, Satellite Party, then Motley Crue, and I have no idea who Satellite Party are and why they would play above everyone else. But as it turns out, it's the lead singer from Jane's Addiction's super band that he put together.
Okay.
That's why they are playing below Motley Crue. Because I was thinking to myself, why are these people? Who the hell is Satellite Party? I never heard of them since or before. But as it turns out, it was like a super group, basically.
Yeah.
So that makes more sense.
Do you know what? I do really want to go back through and listen to all of these bands again from all the old years. And at some point, not in the too soon future, I might do something online with it, or maybe something again. It's something we could do, like go back through these and go through the ones that we've never heard of, even though they were big enough to play download. But there's a lot on this one now. 2003, 2004, there probably weren't many bands that we wouldn't have known. But yeah, this is sort of
as they spread out, there's probably more in there that probably got lost in the shuffle that if we listen to, we'd actually probably think were pretty good or we'd really like.
Yeah. And it'd be interesting to see how many of these are still going and how many of them split up and the reasons and all that. I'd love to go back through them. Because they're bands that probably almost everybody has forgotten about as well. If they split up not long after this, then so it'd be nice to remember them as well, I think. Or nice to know about them.
Definitely.
But, before we go to the main stage, were there any bands on those two stages you went to see?
Don't remember seeing Bring Me that year. Panic Cell. So I would have seen Panic Cell.
You said, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I remember from then.
Yeah, cool. Main stage then.
Can I just say before we get to the main stage bands, is this the year that two of your funny memories come from?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say they're bands that play after each other, but they both must trigger certain memories for you.
No, I think the Machine Head one. Oh, it might have been. I think the Machine Head one was from before this.
Okay, but the Bowling for Soup one is definitely the right year.
Okay. Well, on that, before we do the main stage, I'm going to read you another little thing. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to read too many of these, but I will read some. So this is from Willie Adler from Lamb of God. This year we came fully equipped with 2 8-foot blow-up sheep. They were massive.
That's proven then. Lamb of God had blow-up sheep.
No, I cheated a bit there. So we will explain. Very, very early in the podcast, I'd said a couple of things to Simon that were quite funny and quite embarrassing, and he's never forgotten them. One of them was... you've said about recently, actually, haven't you? So people might remember, but one of them was Machine Head played. I thought I was a bit too big for my boots, and I thought I knew everything. And they finished, and I was like, oh, they come back on. They haven't played. They haven't played Davidian, and they had played Davidian. I was just stupid, and I was young and stupid.
I love that.
The other one was when Bowling for Soup were playing this year, they had 2. They were either 8 foot or 15 foot. Nobody knows because they say 2 different numbers in the books. But yeah, I saw the massive sheep, and I just sort of, I'm not even sure if anybody was even really listening, but I was just sort of turned around and went, oh, it'll be Lamb of God next. And I was quite surprised when it was Bowling for Soup, when I was like, oh, okay. Kind of makes sense.
Oh my God, I would have loved to have seen Lamb of God performing with giant sheep on stage. That would have been absolutely brilliant.
So yeah, that one was definitely this year. I can't believe you remembered it all this time.
I can't help but think, literally every time I think Machine Head or Bowling for Soup, I just think of you now. Like,
good.
It's great.
Yeah, let's go back to the lineup.
Yes.
Let's work from the bottom. Turisas. I think I might have seen them.
Oh, okay, I don't remember who they are or what they are.
They had like one. They were like a Viking metal kind of thing, I think, and they had like one good, what that I knew of, one good song on like a Metal Hammer CD or something, and me and Jacobs both really liked it.
Okay, that definitely wouldn't have been my thing now or then.
If I remember, it was the same. They were on the same CD as 3 Inches of Blood.
Yeah, normally this is the thing for me. If I'm listening or watching a band, if they sound like or look like Vikings, I'm out straight away.
What's wrong with you, man?
I'm literally like, no, sorry,
but
not here for that. Goodbye.
But we're dressing up as Vikings this year. Oh yeah.
That's fine. I don't know why. I don't like Vikings in my metal. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
It's a strange thing. Yeah.
That's an odd thing that we definitely do not have in common then.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like going too Viking. A little bit of Viking is all right, but when you get to things like Ailstorm, that's more pirate. Like the really Viking-y stuff, like Turisas and 3 Inches of Blood. Actually, I liked some of the songs, but it was a bit too much. But yes,
not for me.
I might have gone to see them. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
You going to see
that? Would have been Vinnie Paul. That would have been a member. That wouldn't have been. Actually, no. We should have mentioned actually that the second stage was the Dimebag Darrell stage at this point.
We should have, yeah.
Dedicated to Dimebag Darrell. So yeah, and then obviously his bro, Vinnie Paul, would have been playing in Hell Yeah at this point. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was.
Didn't watch him. I
I
remember Leader going to watch him and freaking out because he was like, "Oh fucking yeah, man, Vinnie Paul, man." Ah. So I remember him doing that, but I didn't watch him.
I'm pretty sure I did go and see Hell Yeah, because I was a huge fan of Mudvayne at this point. I really liked Mudvayne. The singer was Mudvayne's singer, but I hadn't heard much of Hell Yeah at this point. Because we didn't have access to things like Spotify, we had to go and buy the CDs if we wanted to listen to someone.
Hell Yeah seemed to I don't want this to sound weird, but they seemed too American for me.
Yeah.
Like, if I was to show you a picture of Hell Yeah and tell you this is what everyone in America looks like, you would believe me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very
like
southerny blues, wasn't it?
Yeah, like no, I love bluesy stuff, but I don't know. I never got on board with it, even though I liked the members of the band individually.
Yeah.
And in other projects, but Hell Yeah just never done it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, me either. Not musically. So that's why I don't think I really enjoyed watching them that much. I was just like, yeah, this isn't really what I like. This is not my vein.
You like that, don't you? Like cat noises in your metal.
Yeah. Dig. Were you doing Dig then? You were doing Dig.
That was a more catty version of Dig.
Yeah. One of my least favourite songs of theirs. Overplayed. I really like.
That album though, man.
You go on to Lost and Found. You got things like Choices. Just the bass in Lost and Found is fucking beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, they're good. They're great. They're a great band. They really are a great band. I'm happy that they're back doing stuff now.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have them this year. I really am. I think we got two. Sorry, that's for another time. I hope we get them this year. Anyway, going up the lineup. Who is the next people you want to talk about?
I mean, Shadows Fall, a great metalcore band. They were always good. I'd seen them a few times before this, not at this download though. Aiden, who me and all my friends were into, kind of like heavy emo, quite Misfits based. They were really great.
Yeah.
I heard they got, bottled to absolute shit, but they did the last time they played as well. So I think they did play the year before and they got bottled and it was great fun. They were having great fun with it as well.
Yeah.
What song? And then 30 Seconds Gone.
I didn't mind one or two of Aiden's singles.
Aiden were fucking, listen again, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind. But I never listened any further.
It's really good. Like they were heavy.
Yeah.
But it still had that sort of little emo sort of goth edge to it, which I loved because like they reminded me a lot of like early Misfit stuff. Not the music necessarily, just the attitude.
They didn't do I Wish It Was a Girl, did they?
And all the makeup and stuff. No, I don't remember that track. Let me see if I can bring back some memories for you with a couple of tracks.
Nightmare Anatomy.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, like Die Romantic was a huge track. Set My Friends on Fire. Knife Blood Nightmare, that was a massive track at the time as well. They were getting quite big.
Yeah.
It's a shame they never continued. I don't know why they stopped. I honestly think if they would have been... I think their last album was what, like 2011-ish? I honestly think if they would have continued to do stuff, they could be absolutely massive now. They were so talented. Great singer, great look. I know that would have changed over the time. They wouldn't have stayed as tiny little goth boys the whole time. But it's one of the bands that I really wish continued because I think they could have done something really big. But it wasn't to be. I
always thought of them and Caliban in the same. Always thought of them at the same time.
That's very different in heaviness.
Is that? Maybe they had two.
They don't scream. Aiden don't scream.
Okay.
They do scream, but not like a metalcore scream. Yeah. Not like a like proper scream. They kind of emo scream.
Okay. But yeah, I'm sure there was one. Maybe they both had like a single out at the same time. Or I learnt of them both at the same time, and so just always assumed like group them together. But yeah, I do remember liking a song or two of theirs. I will listen to them. I'll give them a listen tomorrow.
Yeah, they were great. I'm gonna listen to some Aiden after we finish today because like there are some fucking songs that I just want to bang out because they're great. But yeah, sweet,
cool.
Yeah, so they were really good. Obviously 30 Seconds to Mars. I really liked the 2005 30 Seconds to Mars album. It's amazing. I still love it now.
A lot of people say it's like 10 out of 10 every song.
So good.
I never
listened to it. Such a good album. It really is. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. It is like a mini masterpiece. I never liked them as much after that. They had a few songs that I liked, but they just never did it for me. And I was never sure about him. I felt like I'm sure he's not. And actually, I think I've said this to you before that the 30 Seconds to Mars documentary when he's trying to get the album made is really fucking interesting and worth a watch. It's great.
I don't think you have said
and he
that.
doesn't. I'm pretty sure I have said that to you. What's it called again? That's it. So it's called Artifact, and it's about 30 Seconds to Mars and their struggle to sort of get their album made, and the record label like properly fucks them around.
Yeah.
And he basically has a meltdown, and he's like, "This is my fucking art that I'm trying to get made, and these arseholes in suits are like forcing it upon me." That shows you a different side of him, where he doesn't seem quite as pretentious and up himself. And when you watch that, you go, actually, he's really fucking cool. But I always felt like live, he was kind of a bit like, worship me, praise me, which is fine because that's what rock stars do. But I don't know. I just felt like they were really like, I don't know. I just felt like they did it was just so paint by the numbers, and they'd done so many things that other bands had done. And I don't know, it felt like it was just like I don't know. I just didn't think they were themselves live. I felt like they were just copying everything that everyone else had done.
Right. Okay.
I can't put that into more words than that because I don't know. My brain is not fucking working today.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I never digged 30 Seconds to Mars live, really. I know a lot of people did, but I could never get on board with them.
Yeah. I don't think I saw them, but didn't he go like all culty and everything?
They always do. All the famous people, all the actors do.
Yeah.
Actors or musicians always go culty for a bit, don't they? All of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've got to go through your cult phase.
Cult phase.
So this is his cult phase. He went through one. Everyone does. It's fine.
Cool. So Bowling for Soup with the Big Sheep.
Yeah, I remember them being super fun.
They were good. Yeah.
I remember that they really genuinely looked like they were having an absolute blast while playing.
Yeah, but that's what I got to say. I don't really have anything else to say about them. I can't remember. I know I was definitely there for it.
Yeah, that was great. Now I do remember. I don't remember any specifics, but I do remember that afterwards we were like, that was really good. They were really fun, and it kind of made me want to see them a few more times after that. But I never got the chance to see them again, or when someone else was playing at a festival, I'd rather see another band over them. But
yeah,
I do remember them being particularly good, funny, and entertaining that day. And then Machine Head, who were really fucking good.
Yeah, I was just looking. So I know I got down quite close to the front for 1 year for Machine Head, and I think it was this year, and I don't think I enjoyed it that much. I was just looking at what albums. I think I knew it was when they had new album out.
This was The Blackening,
yeah,
which is a masterpiece.
I've said loads of times I'm going to go back and listen to that. I never have.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that any like big time Machine Heads fan, they would. I mean, I don't think anyone's not going to have The Blackening in their top 3.
Okay,
easily top 3 or top 5, definitely. But I would say most Machine Head fans would have The Blackening in their top 3 at least. It's so good.
What songs were released from this one? I want to say, I don't know, but yeah, I think I was quite close to the front for them for this one with a friend of mine. Yeah, a good friend of mine at the time. A friend of mine was a massive Machine Head fan, and he wanted to go to the front, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll come with you." And I was like, "Yeah," he was like right there, just above me. But I don't think I enjoyed it that much. Not as much as I was. I mean, I'm sure I still enjoyed it, but not as much as I was hoping, because I probably just wanted to listen to all the songs from either Through the Ashes of the Empire or anything that was on 10 Ton Hammer. That's pretty much all I knew. Not 10 Ton Hammer.
Do you know what I'll say? What I'll say, because you can go back and watch a lot of this. Like,
yeah,
I'll say this, right? This festival was really well covered by Download and Kerrang.
I thought that.
And you can pretty much get clips from any of the bands that played the main stage on YouTube. Like, you've got the entire Linkin Park set, the entire Maiden set.
I watched.
They got loads of Manson. They got all the Evanescence set, the full Killswitch set. Loads of Stone Sour. The Lamb of God set was filmed for the Lamb of God DVD, so that's all on there. The whole Papa Roach set is on YouTube. The Machine Head set's on there, and clips of everyone else. Like, this one was really well covered, filming wise. So if you want to experience Download 2007, you literally can go back and pretty much watch everyone on the main stage again on YouTube if you want to. And most of the performances are really fucking good. So I would say, dude, you should probably go back and watch a couple of clips of that Machine Head.
I probably should.
Set.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and just see how you feel about it now.
Yeah, I did
back,
notice that. I looked a couple of nights ago after we decided this is what we were going to do, and I ended up watching the whole of the Iron Maiden set. Like,
yeah, see,
yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, there's loads. It was really well covered, which Download really fails on these days. Is something that they seemed to do with ease back in the day.
Yeah,
and considering the festival's grown and got better than it was then, you would have thought that the video coverage would be just as good, but the video coverage is probably one of the most lackluster things they do these days.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's a shame.
Bit of a shame. Yeah, bit of a shame.
Did you watch Machine Head? Did we talk about you? Yeah.
Yes, it was incredible. I remember, I don't know exactly where we are. We were somewhere in the middle, sort of almost as much the middle as you could get. I think just over from the barrier. But yeah, I remember loving it. Absolutely loving it. I remember they played Aesthetics of Hate, and we were just like, I'm going to fuck shit up. I'm going to fuck everyone up around me, man. This is the shit. It was great. It was really good. Loved it.
Awesome. What about Slayer? I think I stayed for Slayer.
We did watch a bit of Slayer, and then we left. I don't remember why.
To go where?
I don't
do some legal highs.
Probably. Yeah.
I
was probably snorting cocaine off of someone's boob or arse at that point. I don't remember
backstage.
which one it would have been. Yeah.
Well, Jonathan Davis was
front
you.
stage. That's where the cool kids hang out. The cool people don't hang out backstage. The cool kids hang out front stage.
Okay, cool. Marilyn Manson. I've heard Marilyn Manson was awful.
Right. I wanted to say this bit, right? This set annoyed me so much. Do you know why?
No, I don't. Tell me.
Because I'd seen Manson. This is probably the fourth time I'd seen Manson. And the last time I'd seen him was probably 2 years before this. And he was fucking great every time I'd seen him. Really, really great performance. And for this one, he was absolutely pissed out of his nut. Didn't remember the words, singing everything half-assed. And I had told all of my friends for years how good Marilyn Manson was live, and it fucking sucked. I was so annoyed. And even when you watch back the videos of it, okay, it's not as bad as I remember. He's definitely not singing great. He's a great singer as well. He's got a great voice, and he always used to sing so well live, but he just was so fucked. And the band seemed lazy as well. When you just, I know it wasn't the original band at this point. Twiggy had left. I think John Five had left, possibly. Might have still been playing. He didn't have a lot of original members of the band. So I know that wasn't a factor because I saw them afterwards and they were better. But this just gutted me to the core because I was just like, come on, guys, let's go see Marilyn Manson. He's going to be so good. You're going to love it. He's going to be a crazy goth dude singing all these really fucking angry songs. It's going to be amazing. And instead we just got a bumbling, not remembering the words, falling over Manson rather than a powerful, in your face, I'm a fucking goth weirdo Manson, which is why he's so cool in the first place.
Yeah.
It was awful. Yeah, I was absolutely gutted by this performance.
I don't know if I stayed for it or not. I might have been there. I remember I saw them, or saw him. What year was it? 2003? I think I said he played, or was it Ozfest 2002?
It might have been 3, I think. Yeah, I think he did play 3 actually. Yeah, I think you might be right.
And I thought it was amazing at that point. I think that was the first time I'd ever seen the bottle fights, and there was fucking hundreds of bottles in the air at all times. Like you couldn't even see through them. You couldn't see the stage through the bottles. And he was really good. I wasn't even that big a fan of him. I knew his singles, and that was about it. And I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I heard he was rubbish. He was rubbish in 2018. Well, I've already spoken about that. He played just before Guns N' Roses, didn't he?
Yeah, 2018 wasn't bad at all.
Oh, I thought it was boring.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I was like, that was all right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was boring.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't know if we stayed for him. And Linkin Park, I don't actually remember much specifically about Linkin Park. I know I would have stayed for them.
Probably in my top 5 greatest download performances of all time.
Really?
100%. Holy shit. Linkin Park in 2007 were exceptional.
Yeah.
And the crowd were in raptures the whole time. If you watch the set online, it's unbelievable, man. The energy from them, the energy from the crowd, just not one person with their hands in the air. It's just brilliant. It really is. It was fantastic. And I have a specific memory of this. I remember I was next to my brother and my friend Alex, and she said to me, "You literally sung every single word of every single song for that entire set."
Yeah.
And I was like, of course I did. I'm like the biggest Linkin Park fan. I loved it. And also, another weird factoid, Chester was wearing the exact same flesh tunnels as me while he was playing.
Was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had the exact same flesh tunnels in my ear at the same time as Chester. I was very proud of that.
Awesome.
It was not planned. I didn't know. I was like, oh my God, he got the same fucking flesh tunnels as me. It's fucking amazing. That's how much of a nerd I was back in the day. Blown away by that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought like, just go back and watch a couple of tracks. Like, yeah, it's just, amazing.
I'm not sure. So I obviously they played in 2004 as well, and I've only got sort of flashbacks of memories, nothing solid, and I don't know which year was which of my memories. So I can't really comment on it, to be honest. But yeah, I will go and watch more.
Well, just literally go on and just type in what I've done, download 2007 and watch that, and it's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
What a band, what a front man. Unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know, I did put, it might have even been that song on briefly the other day, and you kind of forget just how good he was. You know, you don't forget that he was very, very good, but still, I'd still forgotten a little bit of how good he was, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's sad. I don't like to think about it. It makes me very sad.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we weren't doing that today. We were uplifting you.
Are you trying to make me even sadder than I am? Do you want me to is this what you want me to do? You just want me to cry on the podcast?
No.
Is that what you want from me?
Let's do the Sunday. Let's talk about some Sunday bands. Saturday night. Did you do anything interesting Saturday night? Do you remember? Do you have any idea?
Got absolutely mashed.
Excellent.
I think Saturday was the day that someone, I can't remember who, had absinthe.
Nice.
And we were all doing a shitload of absinthe, and it was great. That's all I remember from Saturday night.
Yeah.
But I remember doing a lot of absinthe.
The fact that we both did absinthe at the same year. I don't remember. I mean, absinthe was a big thing at the time because people were bringing it back from Spain and everything. I don't think it's as big a thing anymore, is it? It's sort of.
I mean, we had absinthe. I had absinthe at Bloodstock.
Oh yeah, but
that was great.
That was because of Dippy Donuters. They'd always have absinthe on.
No, that was.
Oh, was it not?
I think Stu had that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say they're probably drinking absinthe right now, whilst we're recording, and when they listen to it. If anybody ever listens to this podcast, they are specifically drinking absinthe at that point when we've just said that.
Down it. No, don't, because you will see the devil and then die. So, no, thank you.
Anyway, sorry. That was a massive assumption when it wasn't even them. It was Stu.
Who had it? It was Stu or Shane. I can't remember which one. One of them had it. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that was weird. I didn't drink absinthe that much back in those times. There was only a couple of times before that. The first time I drank it, I was at a house party in someone's kitchen. I did a shot, and then straight away I ran into the back garden and threw it back up again. It was immediate.
Man. Wow.
It was proper absinthe as well, so like 80% I think it was. Because you could get the lower stuff here, couldn't you? But not like 80 plus.
Yeah, this was the stuff we had was the proper green stuff as well, like the real shit. Like we were like, wow. Everyone was quite scared of it, I think, because I don't think any of us had it before.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, whoa, what? Like, how much of this stuff are we smoking? Like, am I going to take one shot of this and like I'm going to die? Like, I don't understand. So I remember, and then I think once we all tested it, we were like, okay, it is strong, but we're not going to die from having a few shots. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, cool. I don't remember what I did Saturday night in 2007. I do not remember. Going up from the bottom of the Sunday then.
The bottom.
Again, there's quite a few bands here that I had never heard of. I was surprised to see In This Moment on here. That's one of Kelly's favourite bands. And I had no idea they were even a thing back at this point.
Well, they must have been, yeah, but they must have been quite new because they are literally right at pretty much at the bottom of the pile here in this moment. But yeah, now you'd see them, I don't know, second stage-ish, third stage band maybe.
The main stage, the last one they played.
But high up. Were they?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Well, I don't really know them that well, so yeah.
Yeah. But I think, they had just released their first album at this point. I'm pretty sure they're from America. So it would have been the same thing as like Anti-Saint had this year. They probably would have had to have travelled from America using their own money, not getting paid for it. That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, just surprised to see them. That was all. That was my only comment on In This Moment.
Nice. I mean, Kids in Glass Houses were pretty much up there at this time. I remember Cult of Luna being decent as well.
Yeah.
They were quite big. And Real Big Fish, of course. That probably would have been a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't think I saw really any of them. Lauren Harris. Did Lauren Harris play main stage at some point? I thought I saw her on the main stage and Will was off to the side of the stage. I could be wrong.
No idea.
No, I'm thinking of not Smith. Not Lauren Harris is Steve Harris's daughter.
Yes.
Who am I thinking of? Will Smith's wife. What was her band?
What were they called? That wasn't this year though, was it?
No, I don't think so.
That was the last year. That was
we
2006.
We talked about that in 2006, yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah, 2006.
Ignore me.
Okay.
Right, going up from the second stage, Devil Driver. I don't think I was there. I thought I was to start with, and then I watched some videos. And this wasn't the year where they had the record-breaking circle pit, was it? They had like a record-breaking pit.
It was the one where they tried to do it. I don't think they had anyone there to do it officially.
Okay.
That wasn't until like 2009, but they definitely opened it up massive.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I was there at this point then. And I think I might have broken a rib at that point too then. In that. I think I did. Yeah. I don't know. I don't do mosh pits anymore. Unless I'm super drunk.
Well, I remember at the time being very excited that Unearth were playing and then Devil Driver, because they would have been two of my favourite bands at the time. Absolutely loved Unearth so much and absolutely loved, I've always loved Devil Driver, but I loved them then as well. So I remember thinking, Unearth, man, it's going to open up, and then it's going to open up even more for Devil Driver. And I remember Unearth being fucking amazing and everyone going insane. And then us just being like, oh my God, we've just seen that and it was great. And now we've got Devil Driver. And I remember Devil Driver just literally destroying the place.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got battered. We all got battered. Like Devil Driver, that second stage, man. Wow. So it was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. So good. Devil Driver, they're a great live band. They always have been. But at this point, their powers were just fucking mega. I don't understand why they were so low down on the second stage at this point.
No.
I have no idea why they went on the main stage.
No.
But hey.
Are you a fan of Orange Goblin? I think it's a different band. Code Orange you like, don't you?
No. Yes, I like Code Orange. I don't like Orange Goblin. Okay. I think I have listened to Orange Goblin a few times, but I don't know if I can peer anything out of my brain.
Okay. Napalm Death. Did you go and see Napalm Death? We've talked about so many.
I did not.
Of these bands before.
We really have. Did you go and watch Napalm Death?
No, I don't think so. I've heard. So I was getting mixed up because I think they played the year before as well, didn't they? In like the third tent maybe. Oh, also Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost played between Orange Goblin and Napalm Death.
Yeah, and I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that until way after.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I missed Paradise Lost because I didn't know they were playing.
Yeah. So there's another thing I've spoken about, and I was confused because I thought that there was another. I think there was another year that Paradise Lost were playing, but they weren't announced before it. Because I found out like on the Thursday morning, looking through someone's lanyard, and I was like, I didn't know Paradise Lost were here. But I think they played the third stage because I remember going to see them and it wasn't that big. It wasn't the massive two second stage, but I could be wrong. But there was another year, I'm sure. Yeah, Napalm Death played in that little smaller stage, probably about the size of the Dogtooth that is now.
Weird.
But I don't know. It could have been this year, because surely there wouldn't be 2 years where Paradise Lost have been announced.
I think you're probably thinking of this year.
Yeah, I must be. But anyway,
so it must have been the second stage.
I got right close to the front for the Paradise Lost as well. I was fucking so super happy to see him. I'd never seen him before. I think I even had my Paradise Lost T-shirt that I'm still going to give to you. At this,
eventually, it's going to get
to me. At this festival, I took it without even knowing they were going to be there, and it was awesome. I was right at the front, singing along. Probably not to all of the words, because I probably didn't know all of the words. I know a lot of the words from the 1 Second album, and that was
you
about
lucky
it.
bastard.
Yeah.
You lucky bastard.
But that was cool. But this was also the year that my band played with Napalm Death in my hometown. And I wasn't really that bothered about seeing them. I was just like, yeah, we're playing with them. I don't need to see them. We're playing on the same stage as them. But I've heard that it was rammed trying to get in. So,
yeah, of course it would be. It's Napalm Death.
But yeah, so I can't really comment. I didn't see them. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be seeing them. It was July, I think.
Did you watch Dream Theater? That's the question.
Did.
Was it good?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I was sat at the back drinking absinthe.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
just
you were, weren't you?
Right at the back of the tent. Like, I was probably already quite drunk by this point as well. And you got to think, this was a Sunday. I don't stay Sundays anymore. I really want to. I just got myself absolutely wasted on the Sunday. Obviously stayed to the Monday morning. Unless we got loads of free pizzas. Or
I could just imagine you, man, like loads of absinthe, just fucking seeing shit, fucking freaking out. And then you've got all these like fucking weird prog melodies, fucking. And you're there just fucking, oh man, this prog metal is fucking.
Yeah.
Taking me
Do you know what?
places.
I actually, honestly, I think I probably just found it a bit hard to concentrate, being so drunk, to concentrate on what they were doing. I was like, I don't know what song this is or what they're playing at all. Just really drunk at the back. Yeah. And then, obviously, like I said earlier, I went from there to see Iron Maiden. I must have left early. I don't know if I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you want to go up from the bottom of the?
Well, can I just say quickly? Right?
Oh, Billy Talent first. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
People. I won't do that. I'm just going to do this run right. We'll talk about the bands individually afterwards, right? But imagine now, everyone, if I said to you, this was going to be your main stage for the day at a festival, right? If I said to you, Chimera, Papa Roach, Mastodon, Lamb of God, Stone Sour, Killswitch Engage, Evanescence, and Iron Maiden, 9 out of 10 people would shit themselves from excitement, because that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
That is literally something, like I said before, someone comes up with when these guys do their, my predictions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is going to be right. This is actually one of those bits of someone's poster where someone's just gone, I'm just going to put all my favourite bands in an order and really hope that one day they play together. This is it. This is literally fucking mental.
Let's have a look here. I should have worked this up before, but did I see Killswitch? I don't know. Let's go from the bottom. So
Yes.
Before that was Parakrama. They were the first Indian band to play.
Oh, yeah, those are the ones. Yes, I remember now.
I'd never
saw them.
never heard of them until this morning. Well, earlier when I was reading the book. But yeah, it actually sounds quite good. So I actually looked at Instagram, #download 2007 as well. And I think that was one of their pictures. One of them had a T-shirt saying, I played Download. They must have got that.
Oh.
They must have got that from Download. I've never seen a T-shirt say that.
That's
It
awesome.
would have been like, it's sort of cut off. Somebody stood in front of him, but it must have said, I played Download 2007. I bet how many bands do you reckon have got them and they just won't wear them because they're so precious? That's why
That'll
you
be
never see
cool.
them.
Love to see one of those in real
Yeah.
life.
And then Ruben, I didn't see Ruben. I'm pretty sure I would have just sat at this main stage all day, though, most of the day until Dream Theater. Double Driver. Who did I don't know. If I went, yeah.
I remember that we traded Mastodon for Devil Driver, so it must have been Mastodon that you must have missed.
Yeah. But I thought I saw Mastodon. Maybe I saw Mastodon a different year. Or maybe we saw the beginning of them and then went to Devil Driver or something like that. Because I think I remember seeing the thing on the back. Man, I wish I'd watched some of these sets before coming on to talk about this, though, now. I want to go and watch...
I mean, yeah, like a lot of these are, if not in full, a lot of the songs are on YouTube. So if you type in Download 2007, like I said before, any of the bands on the main stage, you'll probably get something come up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I watched a couple of Papa Roach songs. That was it. I want to watch Stone Sour a bit more. Like I said, I don't know if I saw Killswitch. I don't know. Iron Maiden were amazing. They were absolutely...
Just skip through them, shall we? Just not get to Maiden yet. So
yeah, you
Chimera,
go through yours, yeah.
Yeah, Chimera were amazing. I remember them being incredible. Papa Roach, the whole set's on thingy. It's great. I don't understand how that man has so much energy. It's insane. The Lamb of God set is almost in the unbelievable realms. It's fucking great. And it's in full with the full mix as well because they filmed it for their DVD and it's fucking great. Well worth watching if you're a Lamb of God fan. If you haven't seen Lamb of God at Download 2007, go and watch it. It's insane.
Yeah.
Don't remember watching Stone Sour. Don't know why. Don't know where I was, but I do not remember watching Stone Sour at all. I could have just been sat at the stage. I don't remember. Killswitch were brilliant. But I remember that Adam, their sort of main guitar guy, was not present and they had someone else fill in for him. Can't remember who it was.
Okay.
But they definitely had someone else fill in for him. But that was a great gig. It really was. It was really good. Loved it. Just remember, we were all massive Killswitch fans, so we were all going crazy for it. I remember Evanescence being good, but Amy Lee was pissed out of her nut.
Was she?
Yeah, she was as well. Like you said, everyone was just getting mashed at this festival.
Yeah.
This was a very drunken weekend, including the bands, because I'm pretty sure some of Killswitch were pretty loaded as well. Everyone just seemed like they were loaded like at this festival. Yeah, and Evanescence were good. She was very pitchy, though, because she was just trashed, I think. I don't know what she was doing. But still good, but it was nice to just sit there and chillax until Maiden came on. But yeah, go back to your Maiden bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cut you off. I just wanted to give you the quick little rundown of bands that I saw that day.
I was kind of done. I mean, I've said about Maiden before, but we'll say it obviously briefly now. One of my favourite moments was seeing Iron Maiden, even though I didn't really see much of Iron Maiden because of how drunk I was. But cause they went the whole set. They obviously had the big stage set, and it was quite close to the end that the actual tank comes out, and you see Eddie come out of the tank, and I was like, "That's amazing!" You know, they've always got something, but like it was just, I don't know, I just didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming. It just blew me away, and I really liked the that album anyway, A Matter of Life and Death. I'm not sure how popular it was with Iron Maiden fans at the time, but I really liked it.
I think it's considered to be a well-liked Maiden album, I think, in general, by Maiden fans, I'd say, yeah. Matter of Life and Death is quite not up there, but definitely one that the fans like.
Yeah.
100%. I loved the set. It has probably one of my favourite download moments of all time, which was when they played Children of the Damned. It was just unreal.
Yeah.
I think by this point I'd seen Maiden 2 or 3 times. So this was the 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah.
And growing up, like I've said before, one of my the first metal albums I ever listened to was Live After Death by Maiden, and Children of the Damned was my favourite song on that album, and it was a live album, obviously. And I never heard them play it. And when they played it here, it's probably one of the best times on video I've ever seen them play it as well. Like it's
really,
it's unreal. It's one of the best times I've ever seen them play it or heard them play it in any type of media. I was just blown away, man. I had tingles, goosebumps. I was just like, I can't believe they're fucking playing Children of the Damned. And I remember during their set, the sun sort of setting behind the stage.
Yeah.
And the whole stage having like a orange glow behind it. It was just perfection. It was one of those moments again. Like I remember all my friends around me, we were just watching Maiden, and every single person that I went to Download 2007 with always remembers how much of a special moment it was seeing Iron Maiden that year.
Yeah.
Like really, really special. That was a special gig that I wish, if I had a TARDIS and there'd be certain moments I could go back to, I would go back to see Linkin Park and Iron Maiden from Download 2007.
Yeah.
If I had a time machine, you know.
Yeah.
And say if someone said, you've only got 50 goes in the time machine, Linkin Park and Iron Maiden 2007 would be in the 50.
Yeah.
To points to go back to in my life, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. I think I don't really remember a lot from 2003 either. But, well, yeah, like I said about Linkin Park earlier, they did 07 and 04. I can't differentiate the two in my head. Iron Maiden did 07 and 03. It's only 1 year extra. But, yeah, just seeing, I don't know, that 07 is just really stuck in my head. Everything about it. Well, everything about it. That's completely wrong because I don't remember very much of the fine details, but just I remember being there, the atmosphere. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, great. Just what a show. Just still to this day. And if you watch any of the footage, you can see, man, it's just epic, brilliant.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you then a question, but I probably can't because I've never put the download festivals in order. So I can't answer the question that I would ask. I was going to say how far up would you put this top wise, but let's ignore that. Was there?
I mean, I could give you a ballpark.
Yeah, go on then.
It's definitely in the top 6, 5 maybe. If I looked down them all,
yeah,
ish. I'd have to look at all of them across.
That's what I was thinking.
It's nowhere near the bottom and definitely not near the middle. So it's more to the top, definitely.
Yeah.
And I have good memories of this one, of being on my mates, and this was when we were still just what a bunch of wild kids going to the festivals, man. We didn't give a fuck. We just wanted to go party, watch bands, and just get mashed together. That's what it was all about.
Yeah.
So good times.
Yeah, and do you know what? I'm seeing 2 of my friends that were actually there with me this Saturday for the gig in Bristol. Like I said, well, Jacobs wasn't there with us, but we met out with him quite a bit. And I'm sure they'll both tell me many things that happened in this year, and it will remind me, and I'll go, why don't you fucking tell me that a week ago so I can say it on the podcast? But yes, nice. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll have a recap of things I did in 2007 next episode.
Okay, if they bring up any memories or they remember you doing stuff, definitely bring it up and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, cool, definitely. We should probably wrap it up around here. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about on 2007?
No, I just want to say it's a really good year. And like I said, like looking at it overall, it's like a wish list lineup now.
Yeah.
And we didn't appreciate it at the time, and I wish we could get this again. Unfortunately, there are some reasons why we can't get this ever again. But yeah, it was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And for all of you that weren't there,
so I didn't want to read too many of these from this book. Throughout the episode because I'm thinking about releasing some kind of audio book or with me reading them as bedtime stories.
Okay, yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, you can do some too. Yeah,
I'm up for that.
Just imagine this.
You've got a more. I've got a different type of voice to yours. I don't feel like mine is a voice you could sleep to. I feel like you have a more soothing tone to your voice.
Okay.
Than
yeah.
I do. Yeah. I feel like you could I could do an audiobook, but it would be like, hi, I'm Simon. It would be like that. And you would be like, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Adam's Stories. And everyone would be like, oh, this is really nice and soothing. Where mine would be like informative and you have to be awake for it. Or you can't concentrate on it, but yours you could soothe people with. So I couldn't do that. You could.
I could definitely try. This just reminds me of the Psych Out in basketball where he plays. He's got the radio next to him and he puts the pillow on the other side of his head.
I love that.
Yeah, I just want to try a couple, and I'm going to put some nice music behind it. Nice, relaxing music. It's time to go to bed.
Okay, I'm going to go sleep as well. Come on.
Time to put your head down. Go to sleep soon. I remember seeing Cradle of Filth playing in the day when I didn't think goths came out, wearing PVC and sweating profusely. That was from Sean Smith from The Blackout. I have another one. One more. And then tell me if you were to pay for this. It'll be like DLC or something. I'm not going to put
DLC.
We'll put it out. Another one from Ben Perrier from Mondo Generator. Download this year wasn't very eventful. We got thrown out. That was it.
Well, anyway, Patreons, if you want to have a special episode dedicated just to you guys with Adam subtly reading you things from the download book, let us know and we might give you a special episode.
Yeah, you guys are already
Adam's
paying, so yeah, we can.
Soothing tones.
You can have them for free. Otherwise, find me on Cameo. Bedtime stories with Dear Download.
Oh, good stuff.
Right. Talking of Patreon, we should say thank you to our Patreons and bye-bye to everybody else. And bye-bye to our Patreons. And thank you to everybody else, to be fair. But let's start that bit again. Talking about our Patreons, we want to say a huge thank you to our Patreons, who are, and hopefully you don't go to sleep while I'm saying it, James Harrison, thank you. Alexander Toon, thank you.
Oh, God. Why are you making it sound sexual? I don't know why.
Oh, no, it's saying goodnight.
Yeah, that sounded sexy,
Did
though.
it?
Don't do that.
Okay.
It sounded like you were trying to make love to them. They want to be put to sleep, not touched up in their sleep. Oh, Jesus.
How should I say it? How about
I don't know. You were saying it like weird.
let's do a new set. Let's do a new thing for you guys on Patreon. I've seen people doing different things before. Some people change their name in Patreon every week to something funny and try and make the person reading it out laugh. How about you change it to something? Oh, no, not change it, but you send a message and tell us how you want me to read your name out, and I'll try it. We'd be like, I don't know. Christopher Hambridge might want it in a Scouse accent or something. I don't. No, I can't do accents. Any other. Fuck it. Sorry, I'm stopping. Right, a massive, a huge thank you to all of our Patreons. I'm back. I'm not gonna say it sexy this
Normal
time.
Adam is back. Yeah, he's back.
So a massive thank you, James Harrison, Alexander Toon, Dan Jacobs Cross, Dean Delicado, Christopher Hambridge, Henry Richardson, Ben Saccone, and Scott Seager. All of you, absolute legends. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. Every penny we get goes back into the podcast. We really, really appreciate everything you give us. If anybody else wants to join Patreon, you can do. You can find it in the episode details. The episode, what's it called? Episode, I say it every episode. The episode listing. It's not a listing. Episode notes. The show notes. That's the one. Find a Linktree in there. Go and find Patreon. But all of you guys need to come and join our Discord as well. We've had an amazing time in Discord recently. It's just getting better and better.
Discord has just blown up into something that we can't even control anymore. You know, Stu is doing a great job of keeping the reins on the thing, but it's got well away from me and Adam because you guys are just so amazing. It has literally created into a whole brand new space for people to go in and chat and do whatever. Like, it is taken on a life of its own, the Discord. It's really, really cool to see. I love it.
Yeah. Otherwise, the best thing you can do for us is tell your friends about us. Put it in your download groups. Put it in WhatsApp groups. The more people we have, the bigger and better we can get. So tell them about us. We're going to be doing some huge episodes soon. It'll be we'll be talking about the headliners soon, but then we'll have a countdown to download as well, talking about every single band. So yeah, get everybody involved. And who surely you want people to vote for me to sound sexy doing the Patreons, right? You want more people to vote for that. Get them in here. Get them in here to listen. As well as telling your friends, give us a review wherever you can, whether it's on the podcast platform or Facebook or anything like that. Or if you can't leave a review, you might be able to leave a star rating, which I know you can do on Spotify. If you haven't done that on Spotify, just all you have to do is scroll to the top and just give us a star rating. You can give us whatever you want. We don't care. We've got enough people to balance it out now. But I would imagine you wouldn't have listened this long if you think we're only worth 1 or 2 stars.
Give us 5 stars.
5 stars. Yes, anything else? Do we need to touch on anything else? I don't think we do.
Touch my balls, you fuck! I've gone mental.
Good.
It's fine.
Good.
It's been
good.
happening
Good
for a
stuff.
while.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people about
I
your
have a YouTube channel. I think it's still there. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel which videos will be coming out on pretty soon, so you should go and check it out. My name's Simon Bond. That's it. That's my plug.
His name is Simon Bond.
My name's Simon Bond.
Right, we gotta go.
Oh, actually, can I plug one more thing? I did actually release some music last week. So,
you did, yes.
Yeah, guys should go check it out on Spotify. My name is Mercury Knight on there, and I released a double single the other day, Decay and Love Lost, and they're both pretty cool and weird. So go and check them out.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah, so that's going to be it from us. We've got to go. Thank you all for listening, and thank you for sticking around for this long. So we got to go. So it's a goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.